Misfit on the.
Yo, what up? It's your boy EFKN broadcasting live from Studio 13 coming at you with another episode of Let's Chop It Up. Man, I know I told you guys the other day, I told you that I was going to be bringing people on the live. Hold on, let me get this thing started. I'm going to get this thing over here. I want to get this thing. Here we go. You guys should be able to see yourself on the TV now. Coming up. There we go, baby. All right, man. I told you guys the other day that I wanted to bring people in to co-host. I wanted to bring new personalities. I wanted to bring people that, you know, just try people out, man. I'm tired of being over here fucking interviewing people, feeling like I'm talking to myself and shit. So I wanted to bring new people in here. And, man, this is our first go-around. This is our first time having other guests. So I'm going to let these people introduce themselves. This man to my left, can you please introduce yourself, sir?
They call me El Huero, por ser Prieto. I'm an entrepreneur and community activist, big fan, Aztec warrior, soldier in combat.
Aztec warrior! There we go.
Ready for war, ready to bring Vietnam back. Okay.
Yes, sir. And what city you come from?
The big city of Santana, from a certain community establishment.
No, I didn't say the gangbang. He said the big city of Santana.
No. My attorney said to say community establishment.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that.
I'm using different words. Are powerful, so we're gonna not say areas. We're gonna say community establishments.
There you go. There you go. All right, man. Next man.
George Burns, a.k.a. Jorge Quema. International battle rapper in Spanish, traveled through Mexico, the United States, Punchline King, Velorio Boys. I rap, make music in Spanish, repping the Inland Empire by way of Coton, San Bernardino, Rialto.
All over this motherfucker.
All over, man. So, George Burns, man.
Hell yeah, my boy over here.
Man, Ital Santos, Black Cloud Music representative, Chicano Syndicate, part of a group. We just doing our thing, representing La Cultura, you know what I'm saying? All the chicas, you know what it is.
Hell yeah. There we go.
Straight out the Dino. So
hey, first and foremost, I want to start it off like this. You guys don't be making fun of me for this fucking Starbucks, dog. It's all right, man. It's all right. Everybody
knows good.
Hey, man. I have told you guys before. I've always said this. I've always said that there's two other me's, meaning I told you guys that I came from a rap group and there's two other spitters like me, and then everybody always said like, damn, like I've mentioned you guys before, dog. I mentioned you guys before, and everybody like, damn, this motherfucker gets down. Like, who are these other guys? George Burns happens to be one of the other me's. Then when I say that, man. When we didn't even know how to rap and shit. Man. We didn't even know how to. You remember those days, dog?
Bro. The Villa Killers, man. How can we forget? You know what I mean? Been doing it for a really, really long time, man. Seeing, fuck him grow to where he is now, bro. Really proud of everything that he's done and all the work that he's put in, man. So, we just out here grinding, still trying to accomplish our goals and trying to reach out and really rep for our raza, man. For our community, bro.
Hey, you remember? So this is how far we go back, dog. I go back to fucking when I was in diapers. You know what I mean? So he's a little bit older than me, but he's known me that fucking long. Fucking had a babysitter sometimes. This shit, dog. But
that's right.
We used to get high. And the homie Augustine be on the fucking keyboard and making beats, and we get high.
The beats,
freestyling. Remember that
crazy
shit, dog?
Hell
Fridays? Yeah, we used to get high and shit and just go for it.
On Friday nights, it's like we're gonna go to the room and get the keyboard going, and everybody just start smoking and running freestyles before we even knew what we were even rapping about, bro. Just like literally. Training, it
was like honing our style,
bro. Like really training ourselves to be on the spot and really just be able to come up with stuff like that. Bro.
Hey, and then the freestyle kind of like freestyles we had was like they could throw words at us, and then like you would man, we were so in sync with each other. It was me, him, and his brother.
We could jump in.
Yeah, we could finish each other's shit, or if like somebody stumbled, the other one pick it up. Like, and then in battles, dog, like you had to see all three of us and shit, and it was fucking crazy, dog.
And you know, we got a little bit of local notoriety. You know
hell yeah.
Being the rappers in town. So yeah, man, it's been a long journey.
It's been a long, and you know what, dog? I've been wanting to get you guys over here for a long ass time, dog. It just never happened and shit. And then when I made that post and you reached out, I said, man, I'm gonna get this fucking guy over here. We gotta get him over here.
I've been watching what you're doing, bro. And like I said, really proud of what you're building and what you've built so far, bro. So to be able to be a part of it and just come in and add my 2 cents, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah.
You know, little metiche over here.
But it's dope, dog. It to me, it's dope because it's like full circle. It comes full circle. We did go 2 different ways, and I want you to talk about like the battle rap shit that you come from. Like you've traveled doing battle rap.
Yeah, man, and it's crazy to me because for me, you know, we were always trying to make it happen with the music, and like you said, I'm a little bit older. So for me, it was like I got to a certain point where I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not going to happen with the music. I'm going to kind of step away and just chill out for a little bit. And then my brother actually had gotten approached to do some Spanish battles. And I've always kind of dabbled into Spanish rap, you know what I mean? Throwing little Spanish bars here and there in the music that we were making. And my brother was like, you know what? I don't really... I'm not too fluent in Spanish, but my brother is, you know, he's pretty good. So we ended up going to an event in LA for Velorio, which is a battle league out here.
And how big is that league, like as far as in battle rap?
It's big, bro. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's the biggest Spanish battle league in the U.S.
Hell yeah! Let's give a round of applause for that shit, my boy.
Shout out to my Velorio boys, Denzel, Abel Domain, you know, and all of the Velorio boys. To be honest, the reason we call it a league is that it's a collective of a bunch of different battlers, right? And we all represent that specific league.
That's dope.
Sometimes we go back to my story though. So we ended up going to this event and. I loved it, bro. I fell in love with it right away. Like you said, you know, we used to battle before at backyard parties.
And you were that man too, dog. You had like you were fucking coming up with shit quick.
We learned how to do it, bro. Between ourselves. So
hey, I used to watch this guy at the parties.
Oh, serio?
Before we even knew each other.
How did you guys meet?
Same thing through the music, bro.
Oh no shit!
Local, yeah.
Like through the battle scene or just
through
music, the
IE music. See,
okay,
you go to we go to the Vibe or through Slick and just different. You know, we all work with each other. Eventually, cross our paths in the IE.
Hey, you know what, dog? Like when you guys like. There was a point where I went to prison for a couple years and shit, and these guys, like when you guys were at Race Deli doing all like that,
doing the shows.
I just was like totally fucking out of the picture, dog. I came home and these guys had like a whole set of different friends and shit. I was like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna go do this other thing over here.
We were just trying to keep everything moving, bro. You know what I mean? It's just wherever the path kind of was taking us, man. Musically, whether it was networking with other artists like Ital or throwing shows for ourselves so that we can showcase other artists in the IE. You know what I mean? That like the Raised Deli, we were putting on shows and putting on other IE artists to come through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
We grew up with Chicano rap, right? But thinking of like seeing things now versus I'm 37, right?
Yeah.
You see guys like Joe, you know, Fuerza Regida. Yeah. He's from here. He's from your city. And he's making it, right? Yeah. And I don't know if we've really seen in my lifetime the Chicano rappers hit like the platinum. I mean, I remember Little Rob in 05. He had the Summer Nights song, right?
And that was fucking on BET.
It was
and
Firme.
MTV,
No, it was Firme. But in your opinion, who's the greatest Spanish rapper of all time? Like, is there somebody you look up? Because I heard your raps, they're sick. I'm with it. But who do you? I know Cypress Hill had. Remember.
George Burns like me, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. I mean,
but in puro español, like who do you look up to? Like who's somebody that you were like, man, this guy influenced me in that context of just Spanish rap only.
Of just Spanish rap that I can say that like I looked up to before I even got to where I'm at, like at the battling, I would say Sinful, bro, El Pecador.
Dope.
He's dope from the Mexicans, bro.
Is he the GOAT?
Okay.
The Mexicans, the group?
Yeah,
no
bro.
shit. Yeah.
Simple, bro. I've had the pleasure of meeting him, bro, in real life. My homie 6 Syllables. You know, that's his family. They're Plaga, you know what I mean? And I've had the opportunity to actually meets somebody that I've looked up to as a Spanish battler. But I mean, honestly, I look up to a lot of my peers too, bro. Chicano Syndicate, Santo Pecado, Eptos Uno, Mike Diaz, El Grave, rest in peace, bro. You know, we lost one of our I would say the GOAT at battle rap.
No
Spanish,
shit,
bro.
How long ago did he pass away?
A couple years ago.
Oh,
already,
really?
bro. Yeah.
Dang, man.
Where do you see this going though? Like, what's the next step for you personally, right? Like, I see Joe, like, just as reference, that whole corridos tumbados and all that. That's taken off, right?
Yeah.
That was the Jimmy Humilde saw that. He found the niche, right? And that's people from here, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to Mexico and they're listening to that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the Chicano, as I like to say, Califero, Paisano crossover, right? Mm-hmm. Where do you see yourself? Do you think that your raps, I mean, with the right sound engineering and whatnot, people over there will buy it, will listen to it?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's been proven at this point where I get flown out to go and do these battles out there. You know what I mean? They went on tour in Mexico. Like, we haven't even done a U.S. tour. And these guys have already toured in Mexico and hit multiple states and multiple cities within Mexico.
No shit. Who, you guys, Ital?
Yeah, Jalisco.
No shit.
I went to Jalisco.
Get closer to the mic.
Jalisco, the Aguascalientes. You know, we did like Guadalajara. Man, that shit was...
And
Was it you and like
bro.
different people?
Yeah,
or?
it was me, like the homie Juan Zarate from Santo Pecado. Epic Saga. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
You know, Epic. And,
He's with the Elephant Graveyard?
Yeah,
Epic? Yeah.
him and... somebody else. I can't remember somebody else.
You've seen
He was the opener and shit?
Yeah,
that
bro,
guy
shit.
can't remember. He's like, that guy was the opener. I don't know.
I don't remember. He might be the closer. Nah.
I know.
Nah, but yeah, it was dope, bro. Like, a lot of love. It's just different, you know. It's kind of like, you know how like hip hop was out here like when it was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that over there right now. You
Oh,
know
no
what I'm saying?
shit.
Yeah, because they're, you know,
They're a little bit behind over there,
them.
bro. So the market in Mexico is so untapped that us bringing in this lyrical, multi-syllable rhymes and just evolving the way that they were doing things over there, that they welcomed it. You know what I mean?
Shit.
And they love it. They love to see. I mean, so much so that they adapt to it too, bro. You know, so when we first started battling, you know, we started doing gun bars like they do here in the U.S. Where over there they weren't doing gun bars yet. They were talking your mama jokes. You know what I mean?
No
when they're
shit.
doing the battles. Yeah. Your mama this and like that's old school kind of hip hop battling. You know what I mean?
Have you seen 8 Mile in Spanish?
Yeah, similar to that.
That's
you
what's
know?
happening right now.
There's really an 8 Mile in Spanish?
No, just the translation.
Dude, they dub it over though, right?
Yeah, but watch it where with the how do we know you watch it in English and then with the Spanish subtitles. So it's like it's hilarious, man, because it doesn't no se traduce, right? It doesn't.
No, they have though.
No, but I'm saying like you have ebonics that don't. Translate
the words don't translate.
You know what I mean?
And that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Like remember the last battle on that movie?
Yeah, that one.
How that shit was packed and all that.
Yeah.
That's how it gets in Mexico right now.
No
bro.
shit.
Yeah.
Hey, you feel like a fucking star out
Bro,
there?
it's crazy.
Hey,
I
bro.
go over there. They ask me for autographs, taking pictures.
That's dope.
We were walking down the street. Somebody stopped me, actually recognized me, and asked me like, "Hey, you go?"
Let's give it up for that shit, bro.
Crazy though, bro.
They asked me what
crazy, you know
they
what I
asked
mean?
me if I was Canelo one time. No, but I don't know if I could talk. I have my wife here, but there was one time in my slimmer days I didn't have facial hair. I was in Guadalajara and I ran around where they have the Celangel or something. It's a
Gold Angel.
Yeah, I ran around it and I was in my Rocky days and all. It was a different lifetime for me. And people stopped. They're like, "Hey, eres pariente de Canelo." I'm like, "Oh, sí." I'm taking,
What up, Canelo?
You know what I mean? I'm taking pictures. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? I'm like,
He's over here with the fist and shit.
yeah, I'm imposing and all that. So, but I give you much respect, dog. You're Raza. Like I respect you, dog, and I cheer for you. I applaud for you. Same with El Fuck 'em. I want to see all our people do well, man.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys this, dog. Do you ever feel like you being out there, you feel like, fuck, I don't really want to come home. Like, I just want to stay out here and do the damn thing.
All the time, bro.
I love it out there, bro. Any chance that I get. to book a battle out there. It's like a free trip, bro. I take advantage.
How does it go? Do they hit you guys up, or do you guys have to like look for the circuit and be like, hey man, let me get on there? Like, how does that happen exactly?
I think it's a little bit of both, right? Both. So like coming up as like my first battle in Mexico, I was actually one of the first battlers from here to go and battle in Mexico.
Oh no shit!
Yeah,
Why? It was just all people from over there.
Yeah.
And is it only Mexicans, or is it like people from different countries, like South America?
Yeah, now there's people from different countries, people from Colombia, people from Argentina. Like we've been at it for like 5 years already, bro.
Okay.
Like really digging into the battling and the growing of the actual like culture, battle rap culture, and in Spanish, to the point where it's people from Colombia and Peru and guys from the East Coast. We just had an event in Las Vegas called Barajas de Oro. And there was a bunch of people from the DMV out there, from
New York,
Maryland, New York, Chicago, Arizona.
Where do you feel in Mexico is the most receptive? Mexico is a big country of 100 million people.
Yeah.
Where do you feel that they're most receptive towards this? Like what city, state?
Probably the F, no?
El DF?
I think the F is so big that it's really absorbing a lot of where the battle rap culture is going, because they have so many battlers and leagues there where they can throw a lot of events and really grow it. But honestly, even just in Tijuana, there's a lot of reception there. Leagues that are there, Rosarito, there's leagues that are there, Saltillo, Aguascalientes, Guadalajara. Like, it's really grown so much, bro.
Tepa.
That I can't really pinpoint one place.
Are you from Tepa?
Yes, sir.
Órale.
Tepatitlán.
That's right. Okay.
Hey, so you battle too, or you just do performances?
Bro, just performances.
Okay, so how does that go with you?
Same kind of. Okay, so like that tour. Basically, I know all this cast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know all these guys, and they all part of Velorio.
Okay.
And these guys pretty much got like connections out there. So that tour, we put it together.
Shit.
They put it together. Basically, they're like, man, let me just hit up all my people from this side, this side, this side. And they were all down, like, oh, let's do it.
Hey, so when it happens, is it like just rap performances, or is it rap performances and battle together?
Okay,
like,
so
that would be dope.
Yeah, that one was both.
That would be dope.
That one was both battles and rap performances.
Yeah.
So we kind of like did like, it'll be like a performance. We'll do like 2 battles, performance, and then a couple more battles, and then performance. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's dope,
That was
That's
dope.
Yeah.
Aguascalientes was popping.
It just depends who's throwing the event too. You know what I mean?
Too.
Like, some people just want to go to simply battles. Some people want to go see the shows, and some people both of them. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I think personally, man, just because I'm a Spanish speaker, it's harder to rap in Spanish than it is in English, because you have words in English with ebonics that you can make rhyme that don't normally rhyme. And I don't know, like in our, every place in Mexico has a different accent, right?
Yeah.
So things flow in the way you talk, and we could tell somebody's from El DF or Guadalajara. You know what I mean? I think I give you massive amount of props, because that's harder, dog. That's harder to rap in Espanol, I think, than in English.
That's what really brought me back to rhyming, bro. And it, like I had said, I had given up on kind of pursuing the music thing. And the writing in Spanish, and really pushing myself to figure out new ways of being able to move the art forward in Spanish, and what can I contribute from what I've learned as an English rapper, you know what I mean? That's what really made me fall in love with it, bro, because to your point, there are different accents and there are different words, but being able, when you're able to say, antes hacía esto, eso era una extradición. So it's like an extradition, right? An old tradition. But then I say, si llego a tu casa y te saco a la verga, es extradición. That's an extradition. Like I'm taking you to jail from another country, right?
Yeah.
So being able to figure that out in Spanish and say extradición and extradición, and being like, man, this is gonna be fire, and then spitting it and getting such a huge reception from the crowd.
Hold on. So you have double entendres. Do they understand it over there? Because how you said they're behind. So do they? I know how your brain thinks, because you're thinking about like here. Do they get that?
Now they do, bro. And that's the thing, is that at first when we started doing this, they didn't understand the multi-syllables in the, if I'm saying, llego a tu casa, pa, they were like, whoa, this guy, like he just shot him, like this guy just lyrically pulled the gun and shot him in the battle, like, Yeah, and now you see a lot of the other rappers using these double entendres and word plays.
In the beginning, though, was it like you thought you said something hard and they didn't get it, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like that shit, I got off on
Trust
that
me,
shit.
Bro. I learned the hard way too on how to maneuver when you're battling outside of your hometown, bro. I took some losses, in Mexico. Yeah, bro. One of my big battles against a big known battler.
Bad,
you were there too?
Yeah, I was there.
A known battler.
I probably go to. I think I missed one of them.
Was the energy already like everybody against you when you walk in?
No, not at all, bro.
No?
But what it was for me is, like I said, that over there it was a little bit different. And when I took the battle, because this guy was so well known, I honed in and I went bar heavy on him. Like bar, and I shouldn't have done that.
Like you gave it your all?
Yeah, I gave it my all, but I focused too much
bars,
on one,
you know what I'm saying? Straight
one
bars.
way, where now I learned you got to throw in some funny shit in there. You got to
work the crowd and shit.
Yeah, you got to work the crowd.
Can you rap in the Chilango accent? That's what
Yeah,
you got to do
man,
different
that's-
accents
you gotta do
of
that,
Mexico.
A huevo, hijo.
You gotta throw in them
sabes.
jokes and shit.
But you gotta throw in.
When you say that, I have Kanye said that one day he was battling when he was young, and he was going at this kid like with everything he got, and that fool said, "My name is Chris, and you smell like piss," and everybody
That's
went,
it, yeah.
"Oh!"
And that's how it was
exactly-
for me, bro.
Yeah,
is that I'm literally on the stage listening to what this guy is saying, bro. It got this guy.
Were you like, this
my
was whack?
opponent,
He was saying
he
shit like
pulled
that.
out
No
a
shit.
toy
Spanish.
gun, like a green and orange toy gun, and was like
Fucking
walking
Nerf
around.
Super Soaker.
Bro, it was so crazy to see, but that's what taught me was like, hey, you can't always just go.
The crowd was loving
You
it,
got to
bro.
know how to
Serio?
work the crowd.
Like he was
Yeah.
working that shit.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, bro. It took
In
a
your
L
head,
on
he
that
thought
one.
were you like
Bro,
fucking Burns is
I was
killing
right.
this
I was
fool.
right behind Burns, and I just ended up like right on the other side. With the
You
other
were
guy.
with that fool?
He was hiding in the
Like,
crowd
yeah.
and shit.
Hey, Burns was like, "What the fuck is he thought doing over there?"
But my homie was on stage as the host, and I'm looking at him like, bro, what are they like? Why are they cheering this shit? He's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what's so cool about it. But that was the thing, is that even though in my head, if I compare the work that we each said and we break it down line by line, like mine might have been a little more intricate. Mine might have had more word plays and more multi-syllable rhymes and more complex.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, his performance and the way that he connected with the crowd just won the battle. Regardless of what he was going to say, is the way that he had that connection with the crowd, I didn't have it. And so even all the bars that I'm spitting, if I finish a dope-ass line, it's crickets in the crowd. Because I haven't made that connection with him where I had to learn how to kind of change all that.
I never been in a battle like that. Would you say like when shit like that happens and you say like fucking like the dopest line that you can and nobody's reacting, does it like fuck your ego up and shit?
Yeah, bro. It throws you off in the battle because you're not ready to receive that type of reaction. You've kind of sparred already with other battlers that understand what you're saying, and so when you say a line, they're like, that one's gonna hit hard, that one's gonna be dope, damn, that was fire. And then when you're doing it and the crowd doesn't react, it's like,
but do people have like a hometown hype? Like you're Mexican, where's your family from?
my mom's from Michoacán, bro.
Where in Saguayo?
From Morelia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you
So
like
she's a drug dealer.
No. Love Michoacán, and I love Michoacán. I love Jalisco. Have you battled over there in Morelia?
No, I haven't.
I'm just wondering if there's guys, because I'm from here. I'm Californio, Chicano, Califero. If you go over there, there's people that they have that hometown love, right?
Well, the guy that he battled.
That's what I'm saying. If you
was
go over
actually
there,
from
they're gonna all his friends are gonna come out and they're gonna cheer him on, right? And you might be doper, but the raza's not like that. The raza will support their own, even
the
if
hometown favorite. And he does have a huge fan base,
Yeah.
bro. Shout out Jack Adrenalina, bro. That's who it was. Huge out there, you know what I mean?
No. I mean,
and that, to your point, is that I did have to learn how to be the visitor and go into different towns and
you're
tailor
going
my bars for those cities that I'm battling at and kind of know what the crowd is used to and what they will recognize as a reference in my lines. You know what I mean? I can't be in DF making lines about stuff that I do in Las Vegas because it's not going to hit over there.
You can't be in Guadalajara and say Chivas sucks. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like me, oh, whoops. You know what I mean? Yeah, America, oh, whoops. You know what I mean? Get beat up, stomped out. But no, that's sick, man. I remember as a kid, like we're similar ages. Growing up and going to Michoacan, Jalisco, Chicano rap never took off over there. Prove me, I mean, I could be wrong. But then I see Santa Fe Clan, right? He's out doing his thing. And it's dope. It's firme. And then I see this avenue, right? And we're talking about, we're community equity building here. Like, how can you make it? We're supporting you, right? Yeah. Hey, you rapping in Spanish, they like that. Paisanos are liking that over there, right?
Right.
Maybe this is the next avenue, right? Where maybe, when I was a kid, Little Rob didn't make it over there like that. I don't remember ever going to Michoacan, 05, 06, and ever hearing his music.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think culturally it just didn't cross. It's hard to go from here to there.
Yeah.
Because they have the biggest market. Remember, here in the United States, there's only about 20, 30 million Mexican Americans
it's huge,
here.
Though.
They have the market, tienen el mercado allá, right?
Of course, yeah.
So it's like for us to go there, it's like Selena, right? Rest in peace, en paz descansa. For her to be big here, right? Texas, and then sell out over there, sell out stadiums over there.
Right.
It's a big deal. And it's like for you to find that avenue because you're bringing something from the United States, which is from black culture. And you're bringing it over there, and they're liking it, right? And you're doing it in Spanish, so people feel more comfortable and they understand linguistically what you're saying. And I bet you're a wordsmith because I can barely speak English correctly. I don't even know how to rap in Spanish correctly. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's about finding out a way of being able to make it relatable to them too, right? So when it comes to I feel like culturally, like you said, with the Chicano rap, it's like the early gangster rap days where if you're not in a gang or you're not around the gang mentality or the gang life, you're not really going to gravitate to it. So how do you make it to where it's relatable to them? Because they might not have gangs the same way that we have gangs here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now you see these different types of rappers where it's more trap, right? So now I can be in the streets selling or smoking or doing this without having to be in a gang. So now you see a lot of the rappers over there using that, right? So being able to use the weed smoke because they smoke weed over there. So even though I'm bringing something from the U.S. there, I'm using the smoke or the marijuana culture to kind of connect the two countries together, right? Because it didn't really work with the gang banging, or it didn't really work when I was trying to do the baller shit, right? If I'm talking about baller music here in English and then I try to translate that in Spanish where I'm saying I'm getting this money and I'm doing all this fancy stuff, they're not going to be able to relate to it.
montando el caballo. They're like,
but you're right though. So you kind of gotta know what your audience is and be able to connect with them, bro.
Like
you know what I mean?
I remember I was remember in 05 I was dating a girl in Guadalajara, and I've never been to Michoacan, right? I'm from here. My family's from. They've been here for a while. I'm like, but I went over there, and my best friend, he's like, hey, you got to dress up. And I'm thinking, no, I'm going to wear my Dickies. I'm going to wear my flannel.
He's like, nah, you're going to get kidnapped.
I am dressed up.
No, I showed up. Over there. Because it's all paisanos, right? I showed up there. They thought I was retarded. I showed up with my Cortez and my Dickies. They thought I got deported. Because that's the only people at that time, 05, that were over there in Michoacan. People from here that sent back. So they're like, look at this. Ese pendejo aquí. And I was like, hey, Christian, this is what everybody wears. And he's like no. Yeah, they wear aeropostal. They wear, like, back then, more of the fresa type, cultura. And so it's cool seeing things finally from here, going over there, and just, somos unidos. We're all one. It's cool seeing things from there come here.
And it's grown so much because, like you said, like with Fuerza Regida, the crossover where...
Shout out to Fuerza Regida.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I got to give him his credit.
IE blowing up in
Mexico,
bro.
Check this out. Look at what Christian Chamacon said on the bottom. But if you talk about the struggle in the street, everyone can relate.
Facts.
Yeah. Is that something that you guys brought to it?
Yeah, bro. Of course. Just, we've had those struggle raps before, and we struggled growing up before, and that's relatable across the board. So just being able to bring those experiences in Spanish and make music out of it, the people do connect to stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know? And that's what I was saying is about finding what's going to be able to connect it. So yeah, Christian, good.
Mexico,
that's kind of hard, huh?
But Mexico now is being more urbanized, right? Whereas 20, 30 years ago, my family, we come from a rancho, 100 years back. Like we all, not everybody, El DF has always had more freeways, buildings, things like that. It's like that's why corridos were so popular, because people can relate to, I'm from this rancho and now I'm making big money because I'm doing things I can't say here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas now Mexico is more urbanized. So some of the things you're rapping about, people now could relate to. Yeah. Versus maybe 30 years they couldn't, because if you're talking about streets, they might not have a street.
Even 10 years
they
ago.
might have a dirt road. Yeah. Like I've stayed in houses where they're like, aquí está mi casa. I've gone in. ¿Dónde está el piso? Oh, es puro tierra. Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? I'm a
sweep the dirt.
No, you know what? I'm too humble to stumble. I'm too humble to stumble.
Remember that time? Cool. They picked me. Remember when you guys picked us up from? We were in Sonora, but you guys went and picked us up in TJ. Yeah. And remember they had the fucking outhouse. You had to take a shit outside and all that.
That's how it is over there, though.
Yeah,
where were we at in TJ or Mexicali? We were in
TJ.
Yeah. But Mexico's catching up, right? It's globalization, which is really the devil, but different areas that weren't urbanized, didn't have a lot of the city type structures. You're seeing that, right? If you go to Michoacan, things that they have now, they didn't have that 20, 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
With the internet, bro. I mean, they're able to see a lot of what's going on over here. So you have rappers that are emulating what they're seeing over here. You have Aleman, you have Eptos that's blowing up. You have
Nitro Goiti.
You got a lot.
No, shout out to my boy Nitro Goiti. He's a rapper. He's from Guadalajara. It's my friend. You may know his dad, but I always champion him because he's trying to do his own thing.
What's his dad's name?
Sergio Goiti.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his son. Oh, but famous telenovela actor. Oh, yeah. But Nitro's my boy. His brother. Shout out to Nitro in Guadalajara. He's doing it. He's trying. Bro. He's trying to do it. He's got a heart of a lion. He boxes too. Shout out to him. So, you know what I mean? I'm about building up, man, not tearing down. I see a lot of different podcasts where Raza, I hate this, I don't like this. Nah, dog, we're all the same. We got to build each other up. Exactly. We can't be on here. We don't have Fox News, we don't have CNN, we don't own any of that. This is our media. So we got to cheer each other along and hope people make it. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Nitro.
And even just like I was saying, with the internet being able for them to see what's going on here, is us as ambassadors from the U.S. going over there and coming back and just sharing our experience with this side too, and saying, hey, there's a market out there. If you can rap in Spanish, or if you make dope music, if you make dope beats, you know what I mean? You can make your music out there too, and you can push your music out there too. And vice versa. There's some producers that are out there, bro, that are fire. Yeah. I can go to DF and record a whole album in a studio that's like, something that down in Hollywood for pennies on the dollar, bro, because they're so into the art and into the music, and things are so inexpensive over there, bro, that you can get merch and all kinds of stuff just by crossing the border, bro.
When I personally go over there, I try to create, I want to find things that we have in common, like somos mexicanos. They'll say like, oh, eres chicano, no, entonces no quieres ser mexicano. Ocho, and I'll say, no. I'll say, you know what? I believe in Aztlán, which I believe California is a part of Mexico for thousands of years. That border is not real. It's real in the context that, yes, it physically exists, but nobody here is illegal. This is your tierra. Somos indígenas. You know what I mean? Nobody's illegal here. Nobody that's raza should feel like, hey, this isn't my home. No, this is part of Mexico for 20,000 years. You know what I mean? So I try to cut that division when they say, and just try to find things in common. You know what I mean? It's not on anything other than community equity building and unification.
The more we build this community of ours, bro, the better. More we're gonna be able to see it flourish and be able to reap from it. You know,
of course. I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like I fuck them. I watch his podcast, but we watch other podcasts. I do, and I'm not gonna mention them, but I don't like the teardown, man. I'll never get on. If I have a problem with somebody, this raza, we could talk in person. I don't do the whole, I don't do any of that. That you want to get caught. You know what I mean? I rather just build our people up, man. And I think what you're doing, George, is sick.
Thank you, bro.
It's firme. I'm a fan. I went from not knowing you to I'm a fan.
Thank you, bro.
It's dope. Same with my man right here. It's dope. I was a fan of Fuck 'Em. And when I first heard his Southside song, I was getting tattooed. Yeah. And I was like, I was like, God damn, this is...
But the tattoo artist started getting into it.
No, I'm getting tattooed.
Hey, shout out to motherfucking Moscow. Gracias for the donation.
Moscow 32. Mad respect. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I got a little clip. I want to play this clip real quick.
Yeah,
I want to play this clip. It's a George Burning. Can you explain this one right now?
Yeah, so this is I think it's the second round from my last battle that I did. It was in Las Vegas on Velorio Liga de Batallas against the homie Alquimista. Shout out to Alquimista. Baraja de Oro, yeah, man.
And then they fly people over here too?
Yep.
Yeah, there was people. Alquimista's actually from the DMV, from Maryland, Vermont area.
Oh, okay. All right, man, let's get into it. We're going to get into this little clip, my boy George Burns. Let's get it.
Are you ready for round two? Let's go. Estamos en Las Vegas y para esta ocasión es el local perfecto. Lo que hacía la mafia aquí no es nada de secreto. Tiró su cuerpo en la presa Hoover, como lo hacían los monsters con patas de cemento. Yo también fui un alquimista. Tenía mesa llena de drogas y eso era mi tabla de elementos. ¿Cómo va a ser un alquimista este güey? Con esa cara de pendejo que no estudió. Yo le doy el plomo a este puto como si fue el primer alquimista que lo descubrió. Mano, sale del carro las balas, a su carro le destruyó. Dejo a este rapero muerto en Las Vegas, en el mismo lugar donde Tupac murió.
So I'm saying I'll leave this rapper dead in Las Vegas in the same spot where Tupac died.
Provo and Flamingo. That's where he died at, Provo and
Bien las
Flamingo.
palabras, todo lo digo con extradicción. Cuando andaba en las calles, daba levantones. Yo, en media batalla, ni siento la cara, güey. Digo que es adicción. Tratando de pronunciar bien las palabras, todo lo digo con extradición. Cuando andaba en las calles, daba levantones. Eso era la extradición. Debías dinero, entrábamos a tu casa y te sacábamos a la verga. O sea, extradición. Pero que tú tienes una liga, güey. Well, fuck expresión armada. Yo te ahorco a la chingada. Cuando tú rapeas, parece lección, me enfadas. Yo le pongo a tu expresión. Lo bueno que se mantenió calmada. A tu hija, escuela durante COVID. ¡Pah! Le doy una lección en casa. Este puto se encaja. Quieren la atención de todos, pero los MCs no te respetan. Hasta con el diablo harías un pacto, güey, pues hoy tu alma se la entregas. Si te sigue un cuervo negro es porque la muerte la tienes cerca. Eres Brandon Lee, Jairo. Tú te mueres por querer ser parte de la escena. En el East Coast, ustedes se comportaban como si se les debía algo, pero estaban equivocados. Yo solo pido que Dios me perdone por mis pecados. Una bala a su mente, pa, por cada vez que lo ha pensado. Era Stephen Hawking, porque no se movían, pero cómo hablaban por el teclado. Márcale a tu familia, güey, es mejor que les avises. Y en el avión que tú regreses, ojalá que no aterrice. Se cree la verga cuando regresa de vacaciones a sus países. Yo lo mato en Honduras y lo entierro en su propia tierra, para que otra vez conecte con sus raíces. ¡Cálmate, por favor!
Yeah, look at he even loving you and shit.
Jugando la vida aquí en Las Vegas, tirando los dados. Yo, un vato pesado, he tenido momentos en batallas con gatos pescados. Juntas.
I don't even know half the shit you're saying and you're killing them, dog.
Tirando los dados. Yo, un vato pesado, he tenido momentos en batallas con gatos pescados. Juntas, intercambios con rudos que están conectados. Biblias con líneas de coca en forma de una cruz. Eso es un santo pecado.
My boy George Burns killing that shit, dog.
I like
That's
the
what's up.
Brandon Lee line was
Yeah.
It was dope. It was
So I
dope.
said, Brandon Lee, you're like Brandon Lee, because I was saying
Dying the
that
scene.
he's dying so hard to be part of the scene that you're like Brandon Lee, you're fucking dying to be a part of the scene. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's hard.
And
That
there's
shit
like-
even sound dope in English, dog.
And that's the thing about it is like sometimes I'll think of a line like what would sound dope in English and then translate it to Spanish. There's another one on there where I say,
But do they get the Brandon Lee thing? Like, because that was like an American person.
here,
right?
yeah, and that was my point, right? Is that this battle's in Las Vegas, so I use a lot of Las Vegas references. I leave this rapper dead in Vegas, like Tupac, in the same
Yeah,
spot where
yeah.
Tupac died. I say one where I say I'll put him in the ground in his own country so he could connect with his roots.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like a double entendre, right? I'm saying I'm burying him in his country because that's where he's from, so his roots are there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm burying him in the ground, so he's connecting to actual literal roots in the ground. You know what I mean? So it's like a little bit of a wordplay that goes along with it, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, so Ital, you are part of a rap group. You want to talk about your rap group?
Yeah, man.
Chicano
Chicano Syndicate, myself, Slick C, M1 from Pure and Cut.
Shout out to both
know
of
what I'm
them
saying?
brothers, man. Those are the
Yeah,
homies
man.
right there.
Yeah, we formed the group about a year and a half ago, I want to say,
Mm-hmm.
and we released a project. Damn, it's about to be a year.
No shit.
Yeah, dog, it's crazy. And we got a new project coming out though.
Okay,
it's
okay.
all done. 14 tracks. Yeah, this shit's about to be.
Hey, so how did that group come together? Like, because I mean, you guys are like heavily underground, and they're very well-known underground people. So how did that come together with all you guys?
Man, basically just wanted to do something like to represent, like, okay, so when people say Chicano rap,
Yeah,
automatically you're already thinking like, gangster rap, gang banging,
like
and all that shit. So like we're more like boom bap, you know what I'm saying? We're more like just straight boom bap. I mean, and we're Chicano, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why we call ourselves Chicano Syndicate.
Let me ask you this, dog. Did you like choosing the name? Who came up with the name?
Man, we were just, like I said, we were actually talked about the idea of what
Just
we wanted to
brainstorming
do.
it.
Yeah, and I told them like, yo, I wanna do something like a name, kind of like you know how they had like Brown Side.
Yeah, yeah.
There's fucking, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah,
those
yeah,
dope ass
yeah.
like Chicano, the Mexicans and
Yeah.
dope ass names. So
More
we,
of an organization.
yeah,
than a
dog. So
group,
we just
right?
thought about
Dope,
it.
dope,
and
yeah.
we were just sitting down, and I was like, let's do something like Chicano something, and then I don't know if it was M or Slick just said Syndicate.
You guys were all high.
Yeah, dog,
Somebody
we just,
said
yeah,
it.
dog, like, yeah.
Somebody said that shit.
So we're like Chicano Syndicate, but let's spell it a little different, kind of like,
With
you
the
know how
X.
like with the X, like Mechica.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Xikano.
Yeah.
Chicano.
Come
You
up,
know
man,
what I'm
on
saying?
all streaming platforms.
Yeah,
too.
check it
Chicano
out,
Good,
man.
good. But hey, that's good marketing
Yeah.
right
Yes,
there. I
Sir,
like
gotta
that.
look
You
it
said
up.
that.
Jorge Quema too on all streaming.
Yeah, so
Well,
you know,
I'm at it,
so that's why we got together and we just like, yo, let's do some like boom bap, straight, hip hop,
But really,
just
really
represent
pushing,
Chicano.
and I what I really like about what they're doing, bro, is that they're really focusing on the Mexica side and the indigenous
Like the actual
side,
roots and shit.
the
Yeah,
actual roots of where it's coming from. So
Facts.
I don't want some of the viewers and the listeners to think that they're gonna go and they're gonna hear a lot of the gangster side of it, of being a Chicano rapper, because these guys are really taking it back to our ancestors, and the beats
right.
even resonate. You hear these drums, bro, that sound like
Yeah, man,
you're in a
slick.
pyramid at an Aztec
Dope,
fucking,
dope,
man.
sacrifice or something, bro.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
really pushing it in the lyrics. Shout out to M1 and
Yeah.
Slick and what Ital are doing, bro, because I think for some of us, you could hear this type of music and really start learning about where we came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where
yeah.
our roots
That's
are,
exactly
bro.
why we did it too, you know what I'm saying? Because we just wanted to start sharing more of our, like, indigenous culture that a lot of people don't even know about.
We have
you know
to
what
share
I'm saying?
that.
So
That's what it's about. We
there's
have
so
to
many,
share that.
like me and this guy, we went the pyramids in Mexico City.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, dog, like we
On
were,
one of the battles, just
one of the battles. Dog,
How
we-
was that
Bro,
experience?
Bro,
so dope, bro.
Let me tell you, we're like on top of the pyramid and shit, and we fucking lit up a joint. And we smoked up there, bro. It was
The
just,
pyramid
it
of
was
the
just,
sun,
it was
bro.
just like
That's tight.
it was
That's
an
tight.
experience, you know what I'm saying? That can't even tell you, man. You just gotta go. And
You
Yeah,
do
can't
it,
you
bro.
even
gotta-
climb
you
up.
gotta-
You
yeah.
can't even climb up to the pyramids anymore. Like when we had gone pre-COVID, like you could. they had the steps and the rail for us, like literally climbing up to the very top.
How
of
was it
bro.
climbing up that motherfucker?
It was hard,
Serio?
bro.
It was a little,
so out of shape. Bro, I'm a big guy, bro. So going up there, it was the doña in front of me that was like, if she could do it, I better not get
she was going up too.
The
Like,
doña behind me was like,
Hey,
hurry up,
halfway, you're
bro.
all ready to stop and she's
Bro,
not going and shit.
It was hard, but yeah, man. Just the energy on the being on the grounds and just like touching the rocks, bro. And
Holy.
Just you feel different
you
when
feel
you
the
do that
energy,
place,
bro.
bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing out there.
But your mom's from Morelia,
Yeah,
so you're Purepecha or Tarasco?
Purepecha.
Would you ever rap in that?
That'd be dope, bro. To be able to learn like a actual native tongue and be able to do
What
it.
is that? Like a tribe from out there? Or shit?
No. That's the indigenous group of Michoacan and Tarasco.
Uh-huh.
Every state has, well, I mean, you know.
Their own tribe, similar to out
Mexica's
here.
like,
Okay.
Mexica's like El DF,
Uh-huh.
which is Mexico City. You know what I mean? And we use that, I think, now politically to say Mexica bloodline.
Yeah.
But he's from like, my family, my grandpa is Tarahumara. It's from like northern Mexico, right?
Well, but I thought all the Aztecs were Mexica. Aztecs
No,
is
no,
a
no.
Spa-
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a
yeah.
Spanish
But you
given
have
name,
different
right?
states. The country's so big that, like, say, even for example, out here, you know, you have different types of
like Apache.
different bands. Comanche.
Navajo.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in Mexico, you have different. Like,
But from
Not
my
everybody was Aztec, basically.
well, from my understanding, okay, I know what you mean. But I thought Aztec was the whole fucking group and shit. Besides the Mayans and the Incas and Mexica were the Aztecs. The Aztecs were a given name from the Spanish.
the Aztecs
Yeah.
are the biggest.
They weren't.
Yes,
they were
that,
not
yes.
Aztecs
you're
in the
right.
beginning.
Yeah,
the
nah.
Aztecs was a given name.
the Spanish gave
Yeah.
it to us, or
Yeah.
gave it to the Aztecs because Aztlan.
That's
Yeah,
land.
yeah.
So they're like, oh,
Yes.
no, where you
All
guys
these
come from
people
over
right here
there.
are the group
Yeah,
based
yeah.
on the name that
Yeah.
they gave.
But there's
it.
actually
Yeah,
7
they were
tribes.
Like, all you paisas over here,
in
that's what we're
Aztlan.
calling you guys.
The whole
facts.
group, all 7 of y'all.
I don't give a fuck where you're from. All you motherfuckers.
all
and
the
shit.
tribes. Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are.
Hold on, I got a good question for you, Tardo. So, with the name that you chose, you chose that for your own beliefs and like what you see it as, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever think like, you know, people might think different or they might expect this from us? Did you ever think like the Chicano rap world would get in the way or kind of like cause a negative light to your group and what you guys, you know, were trying to get to?
Nah, not really. I didn't really think like that because one, for the fact, you know, I'm representing Chicanos, like not just like Chicano rap, but just Chicanos, period. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm Chicano, man. What can I do? You know what I'm saying? So that's why all 3 of us were Chicanos.
Yeah.
So that's why the name came up. It doesn't really have anything to do with the music, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
since we're Chicano, we're still gonna represent that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the reason why I say that is because a lot of times once people from the outside hear Chicano, like they're like, oh, okay, I'm done. I don't want to hear that shit.
They're not
You know
even
what
going
I
to give it
mean?
a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when did that
exactly.
start? When did that? Because
It's a lot of Chicanos
What-
right now, bro, that I feel like the scene is changing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, low-key,
what-
you
It's
know what I'm saying?
an evolution that's
Yeah.
happening, bro.
But
Like
what-
you're talking about spitters, like into
Yeah,
spitters.
spitters and stuff.
I think
like,
you
yeah.
had a big part of that too, and I was going to mention that earlier, bro. That I think what you were able to do is really bring that lyricism into that Chicano rap market, bro, and really make it lyrical, bro. Because your bars, in my opinion, are crazy in comparison to a lot of what I'm used to hearing from, you know, listening to Mr. Shadow and guys like that,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I think you really brought in that part, and I think they're doing the same thing when we're at a show, bro, and I hear these guys with their hooks that make everybody kind of repeat what they're saying. You see dudes, you know, from the street, gangsters too, that gravitate to it too, bro, and they're like, yeah,
Because
this
it's a
shit
different
is
flavor,
fucking
huh?
dope.
It's a different flavor.
This
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
is fucking fire, and I am, at the end of the day, I am Chicano, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But when did Chicano rap have to be gangster, right?
Yeah, nah,
When did
yeah.
it doesn't?
And
I mean, when did that? I'm 30, 37, 38. What? I mean, yeah, you think it's like gangster rap when you hear that Chicano rap, but really, when did that have to be gangster rap?
I think that's just the stigma that came with it, right? So, to Ital's point, when people say, you know, this is Chicano rap, they're not even going to give it a chance because
Right.
that's exactly what they're going to think right away without even listening to any of it, right? And there is so many different. I consider my music that I make Chicano rap too, and my album it has bars in there too, and the beats sound different. You know what I mean? I have tracks that are talking about smoking weed and being in the sky and the clouds, and you know what I mean. And it's still Chicano music, but somebody might not listen to it just based on the fact that I'm putting that title on it. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you this, dog. I feel honestly like when we were younger, I never liked Chicano rap. I didn't never listen to it. We never listened to it. I didn't. No,
we listened to Bone Thugs and we listened to Ice Cube, West Coast, Dr. Dre, like everything that was popular. I think that's what made it so that we have the knowledge of what these other mainstream artists sound like and influenced our style.
Yes.
And then put that across to in our own way. And so it's not necessarily, yes, it's Chicano music because I'm a Chicano making music. But it's not that, pigeonholed what people want to say. It has to be a gangster rapper.
And I mean,
Chicano music.
You guys are lyricists though.
Yeah,
and you're MCs.
And you always had like people like Sick Jack and Cypher
most definitely. Yeah.
Like I was raised.
Definitely.
I was kind of like raised on that, like Cypress Hill, Soul Assassin stuff. That was my shit, bro. So and I consider them dudes. I mean, they're Chicanos as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I see. Like, I feel like
that
now,
is a very good point.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays, that stigma is changing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like fools nowadays would be like, damn, them fools be fucking rapping for real.
I actually, now that you say that, the other day I was listening to Cypress Hill and I forgot. I think the first two albums that they came out with, I was listening to them, dog, and I was like, damn, this is so fucking hip hop. Like it's dope as hell, dog. Like dope. But a lot of times, they don't fall in the category of Chicano rap. Like
maybe not Cypress Hill, but Psycho Realm definitely does.
Yeah, Psycho Realm for sure. Especially Sick Jack, and he's like the fucking, he's up there. But I think it's because Cypress Hill is Bloods that they don't get really a lot of props in the Chicano. They do, but they don't. You know what I mean? But anyways, just listening to them, their album was like, it was so fucking hip hop and so dope, dog. I don't know, like you said, I don't know when the separation happened to why we can't get back to that. Because I remember, dog, like a lot of Mexicans and Chicanos were bumping that shit tough. Like you cannot tell me that nobody knows fucking I got to get high.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Right?
I mean, and these guys travel worldwide, bro. They're doing shows in Amsterdam where they're singing their songs,
And then after they did that Spanish album, it was over.
Yeah.
They were just went
Tequila
all over.
Sunrise, in Spanish.
Just the whole album was Spanish, and they loved it in
translated
Mexico
the
and all
songs,
that.
you know what I mean? Insane in the Brain and all that, bro. And
but I didn't like the Chicano rap music in the beginning because to me it didn't have flavor, right? And I did not. Everybody on here knows I did not like Chicano rap music in the beginning till I went to prison, and I kind of like didn't have anything else to listen to. A homie said, "Listen to this." I was like, "Nah, I'm cool, man. Just listen to it, man." You know, I listened to it. I fell in love with it, and I said, "Man, when I get out, I want to have something to do with that genre." So I learned to love it. But I didn't like it at first, and the reason why I didn't like it at first because there was no flavor in it, dog.
But you came in and you added your own to it.
I tried to.
Right?
I can't say that I did, but I try to sprinkle me, man.
Yeah, man.
I try to do something with it, you know.
And you can hear it in your music, bro, where you have bars that are layered and bars that are not double entendres that are meaning more than one thing, and you're using the metaphors and stuff like that we grew up being really lyrical and heavy on and really honing our skills to now actually being able to know how to apply it.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, keep it cool even if you're not a fan.
Yeah, keep it cool even if you're not a fan.
That's right.
I said, even if you're not a fan, you better keep it cool before we swing on you like Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, see, but that's the kind of bars that people are not going to listen to.
No, I heard that, and I was like, wow, okay.
They're not going to catch them on the first time either, too. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to go over their heads, bro. And I think you brought a lot of that in with your music.
And you know what? For the most part of it, it is starting to happen. Like, I think that there's a lot of fucking lyricists coming out and shit and doing into it. So, Ital, would you be willing to like tap into the Chicano rap market? Like,
I mean,
is it different to you or is it the same? Like, in your opinion,
bro? Like, if honestly, bro, like the only difference is the beats, bro. That's it. That's how I feel. even if I would like do like you said, the Chicano market or whatever, and rap on like West Coast beats, I'll still be rapping the same. Just on, different kind of beats, and still gonna be the same content and stuff like that.
So when I say the Chicano rap market, I mean there's a certain circuit, right? Like I'm pretty sure you guys have. So okay, I will identify this. When I came home, there was a circuit that you guys were in, meaning I recognized
certain circle of.
So it was you guys, Elephant
type.
Graveyard.
Yeah.
It was like different people, like the Ray's Deli people. It was the Odd Mob, and then there was a certain group,
Pure Uncut.
Pure Uncut, and there was a certain group that moved with each other, and it was like that group. So the Chicano rap scene that I am a part of is a whole different vibe. Yeah. It's a different group, right? And then I'm pretty sure that you battle rapping is a whole different group. So what our group is.
The demographic, right?
It's not mainstream, dog, but it's like the Little Rob, King Little G kind of group that you could make some money off of it.
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to trying to tap into that group? You know what I mean? Like, even though it might be different music, dog, but like, I think our people learn to love.
It goes both ways, though, right? Like, even if he was looking to tap into it, he has to be received as well by that demographic.
Very true.
So are they gonna fuck with Chicano Syndicate? Right, is the thing.
I mean, newest fan,
and that's where the crossover comes. And I think that's a great thing that you did today, bro, by bringing 3 different avenues together to cross and intersect and be able to say this guy does strictly Spanish music and strictly Spanish battles, and this guy is pushing for the Spanish people, but in English, in a boom bap type of lyrical way.
Yes, sir.
Right? And then you have your market, you have Huero's market, and just being able to intersect all those avenues is how is each one of our people gonna pull from what they're seeing and who they're meeting today.
Yeah, hell yeah. And so I want to say the reason why I tried to do this like this is because if we put it in front of people's faces, then you're going to see, you're going to look, you're going to see. So people are probably tapping in right now like, man, I don't even know these guys. Yeah. And your story is probably not interesting to them. To me, it's fucking interesting because I'm like, dog, like you get a battle, you get to do this. The circuit that I come from, all they want to hear is, oh man, I was fucking over here gangbanged on this fool. Like, and I'm gonna be honest. I've been in this circuit for a long time, dog. And I bet you if you were here talking about like, man, I went to Mexico, some fool ran up on me and I fucking bowed. And everybody's gonna be like, damn, I think it's just because it's the way people are. But if we keep doing stuff like this and force it, like, look, man, Burns and Ital went to fucking Mexico, made some good money. They traveled, dog. Who travels to other countries off of this shit? You know what I mean? There's very few in our circuit that travels to other countries. Yeah. And you guys travel to other countries and shit. And I think, like, if we keep bringing it to light and keep putting eyes on it, that it might actually start crossing over, It's refreshing.
It's refreshing because I grew up, listening to the gangster rap and a lot of the Chicano rap. And, you can relate to some things, but it's a sad ending, right? And it's like, now that I have kids, I love my wife. Here she is, my daughter, my other kids. Like, I don't know if I want them listening to some of this stuff or following in these footsteps, but are like, hey, I like rap, I want to hear this. Hey, listen to George Burns, listen to Ital, you know what I mean? Yes, listen to Fuck 'Em, Feel So Proud, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Those are good. Like, I don't know, things change when you're a parent, right? You're like, I listen to this, but I don't know if I want my kids, listening to this. So you guys are a breath of fresh air, man.
Thank you.
I think it's enlightening to see somebody rapping that's not talking about certain things, and it's not that those things don't need to be talked about. It's just it's hard
sharing different experiences, right? And I feel like, and sorry to cut you off.
No.
I feel like that's where we need to be more receptive to other types of music that our people are doing. Not only rapping, but like you're saying, supporting the corridos tumbados. You know what I mean? They really talk about a lot of what we do. Like the same stuff that I talk about in my music, they're talking about the same thing.
Because they're from
it's just
right
a
here,
different instrumental or a different, way of presenting it.
He's doing it with the podcast because I don't look at this as a podcast. This is media.
Yeah.
We don't own Fox. We don't own CNN. Our people don't own a building in downtown LA where they're broadcasting. We don't have that. What are our resources? He can do media in his garage, okay? It's not a podcast.
Hey, this Studio 13, please don't disrespect me.
He can. This is ethnic enterprise. He's out here and we're creating our own market, right, with the media. This is how it starts. The grassroots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we die, our kids will say, hey, Fuck'em's on his own channel now, doing interviews, and he started here and like we have a voice. It's not just Primer Impacto. It's not just, things like that. We have our own voice. We don't have that. Who speaks for the Chicano people? Nobody. Mm-hmm. Who's our media people? Nobody. Exactly. Nobody. You have stuff in Mexico, but that doesn't really, it might affect your family over there, but we don't have a BET. Yeah. We don't have and BET, we don't have our own media. And so I give this guy all the credit in the world. Just as an observer. I don't rap. I'm just some random guy that came today. You know what I mean? But a shout out to all the homies that are doing it and you guys that are trying to have ethnic enterprise and creating something because and using what we have. You know what I'm saying? We're not the Murdochs, man. We don't own Fox. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this is going out and it's little by little. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, you hit a dam, right? The analogy, you keep hitting it, a little bit, sale un poco chorro de agua, little by little, and it explodes. That's what you're doing. Hey, you know what? You guys aren't talking about the gangster stuff. Good. It's not that I don't want to hear about the gangster stuff, but it's just like I don't know if I want my kids, and it's sad, man. It hurts.
Well, it's just
to hear how things end. You know what I mean? He's here.
Out here.
He's here. This guy's a hero. He's here, right?
We're starting. All of us are starting something.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold your thought. What he just said about like gangster music and this and that. I know your past personally. I don't know yours, Ital, but I know you.
Yeah.
You've been in shootouts. You were a fucking G and this and that. Maybe not part of a gang or a neighborhood, but you did all of the above. Shootouts, shot people, got shot at, fucking jumped and this and that. What is it your love of hip hop that you choose not to like talk about that, or do you talk about it?
I think I still refer to it, but it's not my active lifestyle anymore. And like what I was saying, bro, is we become parents and we do get older and we do mature, bro. So I can't be active in the streets like I was, I can't be moving what I was moving when I was moving it. You know what I mean? I'm not living that lifestyle anymore. So how can I continue to fulfill my passion of music and still stay true to myself? Yeah. And just talk about what I'm talking about right now and things that are relatable to me right now. I think it's just about sharing my evolution too, because, and sorry, there might be some viewers as well that don't know that they're Spanish battle rapper, don't know that, hey, this guy actually, I want to hear some different type of Spanish music. Let me check out Jorge Quema, you know what I mean? Just being able to evolve myself, I think is how my own artwork also evolved and kind of changed from the type of music where we were heavy in the streets and heavy drug dealing music and really pushing drugs and violence and stuff like that, to where now I feel I'm a little more lyrical about it and I'm more artistic about it, and I still refer back to things that are popular and things that I've been through and still share my experiences, but it's not as much as it was because of the change in my life.
But when you're on a media, thing, you're speaking to people, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you want to portray a positive light, right? Because for the next generation, Jesus says, "What you do to the least of me, you do unto me. What you do to the children, it'd be better if you lead these children astray." Jesus says to tie a boulder around your neck and cast yourself in the deepest ocean. Whenever you go on the camera, the mic, me personally, I want to just spread light, man. I want to spread good vibes. I want to spread, I want to promulgate positivity. You know what I mean? And I'm not against talking about the gangster stuff. I don't have any problem with that. It's just not on the air.
But it makes for good music, though.
It's
really good music.
It's dope.
I mean,
it's dope.
That's
it's
where
dope.
we're from, though, and that's where how we got to be who we are now. You know what I mean? So there's no way that I can ever stop.
And it's how you say it. It's how you say it, right?
There's really no positivity, dog. There's really no positivity that ever blew up. Like, oh man, like that was a great song. You know?
Yeah. You get rewarded
for self-destruction and shit, but
the worse you are, you feel like you get rewarded for talking about killing and talking about.
No, but it's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you don't have to glorify it. It's like you could tell a story, fuck them. Hey, I came from this was bad, this hurt me, but you know what? I got through it, and I did this and this, and I'm telling you, don't do this, right? You know what I mean? You can be positive talking about gangster stuff.
Yeah,
it's just it's from tragedy to triumph, right? Kanye said that. Tragedy to triumph. From the bad. No, from the bad to the good. You don't have to, you know what I mean, come on and glorify some of that stuff. That's the only thing. I like the gangster rap. I like the music. But until you've had family members and homies die, don't glorify it, because not everybody comes home.
Yeah, but you know what? I remember being that listener though. Honestly, bro, I can say I remember being like, "Fuck that positive shit, bro." You know, like I'm trying to hear some fucking, you know, give me some, you know, cocaine bars or I want to hear about somebody in the streets like I'm in the streets. So it's still the same way where you got different things for everybody, but I think the great thing that Fuck 'em did today is that it showed that there's not just that. And there is that positivity that you can look for, and there is that historic type of learn where I came from type of rap, and there is that lyrical Spanish battle scene that's going on when you're seeing the URL and the KOTD English battlers like Geechee Gotti and all these guys that are doing it in English. There might be a guy listening just because he heard the Catracho the other day rapping in Spanish that he said, you know what, I never thought about making music, but I love battling, and they used to do it in Honduras at Red Bull, and I didn't know they did it in Cali. Let me talk to these guys and let me see if I could get into it. So I don't expect there always to be everybody to like my shit, but I want to show people that there are different avenues for them to be able to look for.
You ever battle in English?
Yeah.
What do you like more?
I like Spanish, bro.
Why is that?
Yeah,
You're fucking hard as shit.
I know,
English,
that's why I think it's more of a challenge for myself, bro, and that's why I fell in love with it, because it really pushed my pen to be able to kind of learn more. I feel like in English we had battled so much, and just like in the streets and growing up, that like it kind of got, I don't know, like too redundant for me. It's just like, you know, it's kind of the same thing. But I was always a fan of the battle scene in English. And when I saw it in Spanish, I was like, yeah, man, I could do that. This is new. Like, I want to help be a part of building this up.
It kind of surprised me, dog, because the way we grew up was, like, I'm talking about, man, this is what I was talking about this the other day. I was, like, they got me contact high, and I was high, so I started, like, not realizing what I was talking about. But I was trying to say there's a difference between a rapper and there's a difference between an MC. There's a difference between a lyricist, right? A rapper, you can make songs, you can make hit songs and make everybody is going down, but you know. But the way we got into, I'm talking about, we had sessions, dog. Somebody could be like freestyle right now and like rocking parties and shit and fucking getting on the mic and just doing that damn thing. Okay, we're gonna pull up over here and everybody start battling. You know, like, I'm talking about paid our dues, and bars are done differently. It's not just like, hey, homie, cruising down the street in my 6'4". It's not. It's
that's a good song, but it's not. You're not spitting bars. So
exactly.
It's not really impressing you because of the level of skill that you have.
I'm gonna bump that 100% every time I get in the car, dog. But
you know he's not the best rapper, right?
This is a perfect song. Remember how Gucci said, ain't nobody gonna fucking, when's the last time you heard somebody bumping Eminem rolling down the street? Yeah, but that fool sold fucking millions and millions of records, because when I'm right here in this studio putting up these pictures, I bump Eminem's album because I'm like, that motherfucker got off.
Because the lyrics
stand. And you're like, okay, man, he's like one of the best rappers. Like, he's one of the best rappers. I think it's, to me, I've always said this, dog. I think Tupac is the greatest.
Yeah, facts.
Jay-Z's my favorite, and I think Eminem's the best. And I say that just because I think Tupac had everything. He could make all those songs, and he's just fucking great at art. Jay-Z is because I'm a drug dealer, and I didn't even like that motherfucker when I was young.
No, but he's the best.
Because you were a Tupac fan and shit.
Yeah,
I was like that, bro.
Fuck Jay-Z. Remember?
Yep,
This fool started listening to
Jay-Z.
him first, dog. This fool started listening to before all of us. And I'd be like, man, fuck that fool.
I'd be like,
And I didn't even like Eminem either, dog. I was like, man, fuck that. This West Coast, you know what I mean? And then I think one day this fool was like, but he's with Dr. Dre. I was like, yeah, let me listen to that motherfucker there and this shit.
Huero still DRE. Oh, shit, what?
So this fool started listening to him first, and then I started fuck, we were drug dealers. Me and him were drug dealers, dog. So it's like I started gravitating towards that. However, I think Eminem is a wordsmith. There's very few people that can put words together like him.
And I think when he was coming out, we were doing a lot of the similar shit that he was doing. So I feel like Eminem, because he came from Scribble Jam and those freestyle battles and the Wake Up Show and really showing that lyricism on the spot, throwing words and freestyle, and we were doing the same thing. It was like, bro, this guy's sick. Like, it kind of, even to me, I feel like that kind of showed that, okay, what we're doing is kind of becoming popular and really heading that way.
Because it changed us, dog. I'm talking about when we were growing up, it was like just fucking Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, and we didn't listen to
Heavy
nothing
West
else,
Coast,
dog. Because it was like we're fucking
Death
in the
Row,
ghetto, dealing with that kind of lifestyle. And then Eminem and Jay-Z started like blowing up, and then it like changed us. Like, oh man, like we're so into hip hop, like we started gravitating towards that music. Now I listen to mostly East Coast.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit,
It's more
you know?
lyrical. I remember as a kid growing up in Santa Ana, Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I remember that came out, and everybody, even people that wouldn't normally talk to, everybody in the city was playing that album. All Eyes on Me came out, and it was crazy.
That
right?
shit was sick.
Yeah,
Mr. Criminal, what up, my boy?
shit was fire, bro.
Shout out to Mr. Criminal.
Yeah, that album right there. You said Tupac's the greatest.
I think Tupac is the greatest.
100% agree. I think he's the greatest artist.
Yeah,
he
that's
can do
what
everything.
I mean, dog. That's
yeah,
what I
he
mean.
can do it everything. I don't know if he's the best rapper.
No, Eminem
but,
is the best
but
rapper.
he and Biggie too. I have to put him up there, and Big L.
Biggie
man.
ain't fucking with Eminem.
Big L's sick.
I don't know, man. Big Pun's pretty dope too, bro.
Have you
Big
ever
Pun's
heard?
dope, but I don't think he's fucking with Eminem either.
Have you ever heard the
Because his delivery.
Jay
Bro,
Z
Big
and
Pun's
Big L
delivery's crazy,
freestyle?
though, bro.
Dog, his delivery's not strong enough. To
I
me.
don't know,
To
man.
me.
Listen to the
I love
Twins.
these hip hop debates. I won't go at it,
Listen
dog.
to the Twins, that Twins track, bro.
I do, dog. But
No,
like,
Big Pun's
okay, so
underrated.
this is what his voice is too muffled when
Well,
he's
yeah.
delivering. You know what I mean?
It's just Big Pun
you
was a
could-
big dude,
You
that's
could
why.
hear him. You
we
could
didn't
hear
get
Eminem.
enough, I think. He didn't give
Well,
us
yeah,
enough
Big Pun
to be
only
able
drop
to
a
put
project.
him in
That's hard too,
in
yeah,
that
because he
That is
conversation.
true. That is
You
true.
know what I mean? Like, you got Eminem and a Jay-Z that have more than 5 albums. But I think for Pun to be able to do what he did in the short time span that he was making music,
Because he was doing
I
like, a
think
lot
he
of
put
commercial
on
stuff. too.
crazy, bro.
No, I think he did too. And then like the fucking Still Not a Player is like dog. That
Still
shit
to
hits.
this day, you can play that song.
Yeah, I still play it, dog. I only play 90s music. I'm that old motherfucker that just be bumping this shit. When I get in my truck, I got a system in that motherfucker. Like, I'm just bumping old school
all the
shit.
old school
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's fine.
You said too, Jay-Z, you have him as the best.
Jay-Z's my favorite. I didn't say he's the best. He's my favorite.
It's just crazy if you think about Jay-Z. He was out when Tupac was out, right?
I got-
96, Reasonable
think
Doubt.
Yeah,
I think
And
Nas
he's
is
still.
fucking.
Oh yeah, but
Oh,
Jay-Z
dog.
is still.
I used to like Nas a
relevant.
lot until like
Jay-Z's still. Jay-Z
Streets
is still
Disciple.
putting.
I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know, dog.
But
After Streets Disciple.
But how about the new stuff with Hit Boy? He from the IE too.
I'm not gonna lie, dog.
You haven't heard it, huh?
No, I did.
Yeah?
The one with the red out. I think
Well, they
it's the
dropped
red.
4 projects, bro.
I know, but the first one, I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
the first one
is the one with that one,
It's
yeah.
like red on it,
Yeah.
right?
You didn't like it?
I liked it, dog, but it's just
Who's?
it didn't move me.
Nas
Nas.
and Hit Boy?
Oh yeah.
Nas,
It didn't move
I
me,
listened
dog.
to
Like,
it, but I'm not a big Nas fan, bro.
I am, bro.
Nas is
Nas's early
Nas is
albums
dope.
were hard.
Nas is dope, man. World is Yours and also the Illmatic and then.
I didn't like Illmatic, bro.
No, but what's the
I
one
can't.
that-
I
I like
even tried
Illmatic.
to listen to it like
Like
once
going
a
back
year.
to what we were
I
talking
can't
about
do it.
earlier, that was my thing with Nas. Is I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear this shit, Sharif. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to
You
hear
know
all
that shit gets no play in this ride?
One mic, I'm cool, bro. Like, I was.
I like one mic.
I like one mic too, dog. I like. See, I like that Nas. I don't like the Illmatic Nas. I can't. And this might be blasphemy to some people, but I cannot stand.
I like
Illmatic.
Illmatic.
Dog.
I don't like it was
cannot
written.
do it.
I don't like it was
It
written.
was Print is nice.
See, I don't like that one. I like Illmatic, and I like Stillmatic too.
Stillmatic's my favorite one.
Yeah,
Stillmatic's my favorite.
No, that's my favorite too.
But so Jay-Z, I got 2 CDs sent to me when I was in prison. I did like a couple years, right? And I sat there and thought, like, all right, man, what fucking 2 CDs can I listen to forever?
The Blueprint?
I was gonna think about. The first 2 crossed my mind was All Eyes on Me and 2001. Yeah. And I said, dog, I've listened to those fucking albums so much. I
play that in my head. Like,
yeah.
That album.
So then I got Blueprint 1 and 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah. And dog, 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying to me is the greatest album that has ever been put out in hip hop.
That's a dope ass.
To me, that's my. I think it's the dopest
Just the
album.
beats, the melodies, and the hooks.
And that fool can't even rap like fucking Eminem, or he's not a bar guy, but he has bars though.
Yeah.
Cause so you're like, in my mind, this fool has a perfect that album, not the other ones. That album has a perfect mixture of melody and bars in it, punchlines and like. What? 1, 2, buckle my shoe?
Shit,
but he be like 1, 2,
killing,
buckle my shoe.
Drug
like,
shit in there. Got a little bit of everything.
Like that shit has everything, dog. So I was just like, it's a mixture of everything, dog. And then plus when he ends it with the nobody likes me. That's the dopest album to me.
Yeah.
But you said Blueprint was the other one?
Blueprint,
Blueprint. Is Blueprint 2 better than Blueprint first
Fuck
one?
no.
Because I was listening to the Blueprint 2, but Blueprint 2 is good, man. Go back, revisit it. It has some dope.
Beginning to the end.
No. That's a classic.
Masterpiece, bro.
Blueprint 2 is dope.
Is dope.
I like point out the bounce and the fucking. You know the one where he's like, we made it my way.
Yeah, the Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. Like shit like that. But then there's some tracks fillers in there. I'm like,
it's not.
It didn't have to be a 2 CD.
No, not everything.
Yeah. He should have just cut it down to 1 and shit.
Not everything on Blueprint 2 is tight, but I feel like it's an underrated album.
It is an underrated
album. A lot
of
good stuff on there. And I'm like, damn.
But you know why? I think because of Dynasty. I don't know. To me, there's like different shit. What's your favorite album
for
a rap, hip hop, rap all time?
Ah, man, I like you, bro. I like Get Rich or Die Trying. I don't think I have just one that I like, bro.
No, don't give me that, dog. That's no.
Life After Death is amazing too, bro.
I love that album, bro. I fucking love that album.
You know,
that shit is hard.
If I had to say, like you said, one album that I'm gonna listen to the whole time is probably gonna be the Blueprint, bro. I've listened to that album so much. Or It's Dark and Hell is Hot, bro. Oh, I think that was one of. When DMX, I first came across DMX, bro.
Rest in peace, DMX.
I think that was life-changing because I was such a big Tupac fan that when DMX came out after Tupac had passed, I felt like he's next, bro. And that was an album that I probably listened to every single day, all day long for a really long time, bro.
I just say for me, All Eyes on Me, not to sound redundant, only because of the fact that in my childhood, that was the most impactful, like album. Like, you know, seeing him get out of prison, right? Suge Knight bailed him out. This, that, and the third, and then for him to blow up
when that album came out, dog.
And then a lot of it too is for where I grew up at. Like when I see people that normally, man, there's a lot of politics. They may or may not listen to that. When everybody on Bristol is listening to the same to the same album, it's like, you know what, you got to give Tupac his flowers.
That shit had a dope ass impact. What's yours, Ital?
My shit, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I had 2 tapes.
Don't say Nas, bro.
Nah, Look, I had 2 tapes, bro. That I had for like 3 months. That was the first hip hop that I ever heard. You know what I'm saying? It was Doggy Style.
Dope.
And NWA, the second album. You Feel for Sagging? That shit.
Yes.
Underrated. This is blasphemy too, dog. I cannot do NWA.
Nah, bro.
I love certain songs. I love certain songs. I just can't do it.
I can listen to that album.
Straight Outta Compton is
This
cool.
is another blasphemy thing.
Marshall Mathers LP, Notorious, talking about that one. That was
a
a good album for sure, bro.
This is another blasphemy fucking thing that I'm going to say, dog. I can't stand Ready to Die either.
Oh, but Life After Death was better.
Life After Death was hard.
Life After Death,
I know every single word. Remember we got on Ecstasy one night and we were in my expedition and we did me and this was saying the whole album together.
No, Life After
track for track.
Yeah, we were going. Hey, we were so in sync and shit that like he was doing the first verse, I did the second, he did the third. Like
that shit was comedy.
No, Life After Death.
Hey, we were fucking high as shit, dog.
That's funny, bro. I didn't even, wow.
Life After Death is.
And then Machiavelli is another one that I really love. You know, Machiavelli. Bro.
Oh, Machiavelli was very dope too, dog.
Like to me, that's my favorite Tupac album, bro.
In serio?
Yeah.
Just it's like a different sound than what he was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
it was very poetic.
Yeah, it was definitely like not like anything like All Eyes on Me. It was more like underground, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it was more like
really dark, bro. I like that album.
The other thing too about
Bone
Tupac,
Thugs.
Mexican people like Tupac. That's one thing. Is
East
like
1999, bro.
Oh,
yeah, the
I
Bone
love
Thugs.
it.
Yeah, I love that
Bone
shit.
Thugs is my favorite,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
I used to be in
99
love
for
with Bone
sure.
Thugs. I used to fucking love that. Even though you can't understand what they're saying, but you know, like
I used to read I used to read the booklets, bro. Remember reading the booklet?
Yeah,
and shit?
but East 1999 didn't come with the words on that one, dog.
I don't
You had to
even
make
think
your
they
own
knew
shit up.
that,
They were all high. as-
1999. I knew they were saying that shit.
what's your favorite Bone Thug song?
Oh, damn.
Let's do that one.
Bone Thugs song. Damn.
For the love of money.
Wait, without features?
Okay, that's a different. Yeah, okay, without features.
I like a lot of them, but like the family song is
Mine's gonna be
That shit's so
Resurrection, but that's like
What's that song, bro?
The Ecstasy
Remember we
song's
were
so
at
dope,
we
too.
had just partied at your mom's apartment in Riverside.
Days of
bro.
Our Lives.
These
That
are the
song
days
has
of
stuck
our
with me for so long.
We were
bro.
in the dark.
You
all
woke
high
us
and
up,
shit.
bro. Woke us up. This motherfucker, bro, woke us up after like a rager the night before.
Because these
bro.
fools are a little bit older than me, so they were all
Okay.
fucking.
How old are you
know,
guys?
shit.
Yeah,
He's like, I don't
That's all.
I'm in my 40s, bro. Yeah,
I'm in my late decennium, third decennium. No. I'm in my late third decennium.
But I love that song, bro. I love that
yeah,
song.
yeah.
Days of Our Lives, bro.
Yeah. Hey, so what do you guys think was the biggest impact, dog? Because you have Death Row, the first wave, Snoop Dogg and Dre in them. You have the Tupac wave. You have Young Money. You have Rockefeller, Cash Money.
No
both
Limit.
waves, No Limit. What do you think was the biggest fucking impact ever? Oh, Bad Boy.
I think the Death Row Bad Boy little era that
Like the
was-
beef era?
Yeah, because it was really pushing music to come out of both sides, bro. I think that's what really made it. I think it started the competitiveness from each side, and then we know where it ended up with, you know, losing Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
But then that made it so that people started to kind of bridge the gap together and kind
Yeah,
of start working.
because like
together.
when Dr. Dre dropped that 2001, I feel like that era is fucking
Was
dope,
hey,
bro.
dog.
Like Exhibit, Restless, you know, the Alcoholics,
Hitman.
XO.
Remember when Bitch Please
Bro.
came out? Oh man, that
Yeah.
was so
Yeah,
hard,
Eminem, bro.
dog.
That whole era right there,
No,
like
you're right.
2099 to
That
2000 and
aftermath
bro,
era?
That shit was.
Where Aftermath
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
blew
And
up
even like all the
changed
beef
it.
they had, like, you know, like Eminem dissing a whole bunch of people, 50 Cent was
Yeah.
dissing a whole bunch of people. That
Yeah,
shit was
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That whole mixtape.
That is a
Even
good
like
era, dog.
game against
I like
50
that.
Cent.
Cause
that
you
whole,
got
like
that's
that.
right.
All
Because you got
that
the
shit,
2001. You're right. I forgot about Exhibit coming off of
Yeah,
that,
bro.
and then you had Eminem, 50
Yep.
Cent,
All that,
Game,
bro.
led into Kendrick. Like you
Yeah.
had a lot of fucking music
I
coming out
think
of
that's my favorite right there, bro. And
That
then
is-
I was
I
in
really
high
like
school
that,
too.
too.
You know what I'm saying? I was in high school, so that shit was just
that. Yeah, hell
in my
yeah,
ear
that
all
is
day,
good.
dog.
All right, before we let you guys go, dog, I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think about everything that's happening in the world right now, dog? It's fucking chaos, dog. Where do you think this shit is going? They said that the dollar is going down. And I asked this shit because, man, I've been thinking about this shit all the time, dog. Like, where do you think the world is headed, dog?
It's all
With all
digital,
this
bro.
war and everything.
It's gonna be all
man.
digital for sure. You know what I'm saying? I
You
feel
think
like,
it's gonna be a one world currency?
Nah, I don't know if one world, but like for sure it's digital. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be all digital. Like the dollar is gonna be digital.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? You already got Bitcoin and all that shit, but that's
Yeah.
a whole different.
You think
Market,
they're gonna allow
banking
it to take
system.
over?
Nah,
Hell
No? The Bitcoin and all that shit?
no, I don't think so.
There's still
It's
gonna be happening.
It's
you know
so
what I'm saying? But
unregulated
yes,
on that
yeah.
side that the banks aren't really fucking with it. I don't think the U.S. government is gonna let.
Never.
You hear a lot of the Saudi Arabia and China and Russia, but if you ask somebody to actually show you like an article about it, it's not really happening the way that that you're hearing it online.
Yeah,
with the BRICS currency and stuff like that, where they're trying to overthrow the dollar. They're saying, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, nah.
I don't think the U.S. will.
but
They're gonna
China,
bully their
dog,
way, bro.
China, them motherfucker, man. I fucking okay. I'm not gonna say I hate China. I hate their leader, dog. Like that, they fucking hate America so much, dog. I hate not Russia, but their leader too. Like that shit. Just,
But the crazy thing is, like, Americans buy so much Chinese shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
like,
because it's expensive over here, dog.
no, but that's what I'm saying. So, you can't. There's no way that's ever gonna end because we support them. You know what I'm saying? We're giving them money, so of course they're gonna be just like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, but it's crazy if they think they're gonna go into Taiwan and shit, and you know America's already like fucking Joe Biden already said we're gonna fucking stick up for them, and like you know, that's gonna be something different.
Yeah,
dog.
man.
That's another
all
their
kinds
own.
of distractions too with the aliens.
No,
and
it's all distract. It's all
Oh,
distractions.
the aliens! I like that shit,
balloons
dog.
and shit, you know what I mean? Like
We're coming up to an election year, right? So it's like it's not that I don't believe the news, and not on a Trump thing. It's just I always look at everything like who has more to gain. We're gonna have another presidential election, right?
Yeah.
So so that's when things get crazy.
Trump was gonna win, dog. Did they lock him up today?
I don't know. They're talking about
Somebody
it.
said
but-
they
He
locked
got
him up
indicted,
today. I
did they?
think somebody told me that they locked him
I
up
didn't
today,
see,
dog.
bro. I
Yeah.
know that he's getting indicted and.
Nothing surprises
That
me anymore,
motherfucker.
bro.
Nothing
Hey,
surprises
Trump was
me.
gonna
That's
win,
it.
dog. That motherfucker.
But
he-
and then so here's my thing too, bro. Like where you're saying like I hate China's leader and Russia's leader. Like they
Yeah.
just dealt with 4 years of this motherfucker talking shit.
Who, Trump?
Like like he likes Putin and like he's so buddy with these fools. And they're probably looking at him like, bro, you ain't even a president, fool. Like, what are you talking about, dog? You know what I mean? And I feel like Joe Biden just came in to try to clean up a whole fucking mess that this fool made, and he's too fucking old.
too fucking old.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. But
Like,
see,
come
this
on.
is what how I feel. Like the way I see it is, yeah, Trump talked a lot of shit, but Trump put tariffs on China. Nobody was fucking talking about doing shit to us when he was in office.
Yeah.
Because they were like, I ain't fucking with that crazy motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I felt safe with him. I don't feel safe with fucking Joe Biden in office.
Because
dog.
now you got to
I
worry
felt safe
about
with
the
Obama
reaction.
in office. You know?
The reaction from China being treated that way now that Trump is gone is like, all right, well, we just spent 4 years
Getting punked and shit.
of them putting those tariffs on them and those sanctions on them, and now we got fucking falling
Sleepy
over
Joe.
Sleepy Joe over here.
Hey, but see, that's a fucking Trump is a ballsy motherfucker. Like I'm putting taxes on everything that's getting, and I'm gonna fucking raise them on your ass. You know what I
but then he
mean?
dipped out, bro. So
And then he
Well,
was
no,
just
he
doing
got
shit.
kicked out because that fool was talking too much shit. They weren't ready
Yeah,
for
man.
that.
He's
fool,
his
dog.
own worst enemy.
And he was just doing
he
too
was
much,
doing-
bro. Like
yeah.
against
He's
Mexicans.
He's
and
his
all
own
that
worst
shit, bro.
enemy. He's
Like,
his own worst enemy, man. If he
I-
could have toned it down, he probably would. He's his own worst enemy.
Yeah,
but
that is true.
I don't. But
Talk
me,
too much.
me personally, as a Chicano, I don't even think Trump won the first time.
Nah, I don't
just
think
like
so
I don't
either.
think Biden won the second time. Just like I don't think George Bush beat Al Gore in the year 2000. That's not for us,
George
right?
Bush was a G. dog. That
I
fool was a
mean,
G.
he killed millions of people, right, in
I
a
like
fake
Clinton.
war. I
Bill
mean,
Clinton.
I
No,
don't-
he did do that. I
no,
agree
all
with
I'm
you.
saying,
That.
all
For a
I'm saying,
Latino to
como,
get a
como,
shot at
como
president,
raza,
bro.
hablando como que somos raza, I don't care about none of those guys because they don't care about us.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? And they'll put our people in the front line to die in
we
war.
need all the Latinos need to get together.
It can happen.
Put a
We
Latino
can
in
do it.
office.
We can do
knock
it.
the fucking border
We can do
down.
it. We could do it.
Join the fucking countries together.
We could do it.
Shit, you know what I mean?
They
Like,
just said,
bring it back.
Gavin Newsom just said that they're giving reparations back, right? Or they're thinking about it to black people.
From where,
As
though?
as a Mexican, I just want the land back. I mean,
Exactly.
and they might too. They might want that too. But somebody said, if you could give reparations to the raza, just give the land back.
They don't even want the money.
We,
huh?
we want
Yeah.
us. We want the
Yeah,
land.
we don't even want the
We don't
money, bro.
forget the money. You know what I
fuck
mean?
the money. Let's
Yeah,
get our
Trip
land
out,
for
hey,
sure.
get the
trip
land
out
back.
on this shit. I was watching some shit the other day, and it was about when we were at war with Mexico, right? And we annexed. I was in New Mexico or Texas. We were annexing their land, right? So you guys know what annexing is, right?
Yeah.
You just claim
It
that
was
shit,
Texas.
right? we're over there fucking talking about Russia annexing Ukraine, dog, when we did the same shit to Mexico. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I was
Because
thinking,
it's
like,
about
what the fuck?
exactly, but it's about what the white man can do. Do as I say, not as I do. This type of mentality.
It's all.
You know
It's
what I
just
mean?
on which side you're on. That's it. Because they think different of us. You know what I'm saying? They see us like we see them.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
have their
like
own,
you can't blame the Chinese for wanting to grow their country because that's what they're supposed to do, bro. They're supposed to want to be independent and grow and make their country the best. And
Yeah, but they're
the same
pushing
way
the
that
borders
we are,
out there
too.
on the ocean, dog. They're pushing the fucking borders.
You-
Like, they're doing
with
shit
the-
you're not supposed to
with
do.
the,
They're making
air-
islands and shit. Like,
with-
you're
and-
expanding
and
your
the
territory.
exercises and stuff like shit.
dog,
Yeah,
like, they're
bro,
supposed to
no.
getting a little crazy.
No, but
and
you
shit.
said, you said
Sending
the thing
over their
about
balloons and shit.
You said the thing about Ukraine, right? Russia wanting Ukraine and taking it back. It's the United States, man. Like, I don't even feel comfortable even saying this where anybody could hear it. But
Well, there's
they
a lot
took
of people
Mexico.
gonna hear it and shit.
No, but they took Mexico, dog, and that never should have happened, right?
Yeah.
The California never should have left Mexico.
But it's just like even in Mexico, there was a lot of greedy ass presidents.
They're the they're the worst, man.
Bro, it was
That's
bad.
the,
you know?
They got a
might-
good president right now.
right now, right now they do.
I like
AMLO.
Obrador Lopez. I like him.
AMLO,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I like
dope,
him,
bro.
but there's been hundreds of years with the PRI that have been, and then they killed the 43 students. You know that the Mexican government just admitted this is different. They just admitted that the last presidency was a part of killing the 43 students in where was that, in Guerrero, right?
Yep.
And they just
Oh,
admitted
shit, I believe
they
it, though.
They just admitted that they were a part of it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and that's your government. I mean, the U.S. does stuff like that all the time.
Facts.
But you don't. The difference between Mexico and the U.S. Mexico, you find out in a month, 2 months. U.S. they could bury it for 10, 20 years. You know what I mean? And then you're like, oh well, that I guess that did happen.
Well, what do you think? Okay, so you're saying that. So what do you think about us talking about, like, if you guys can't control your people, we're gonna go up in there and shit? Like,
Bullshit, bro. Come on. These entitled ass Republicans think they're just gonna be like,
I'm just saying they're gonna put it up for vote, dog. You know
fools
what I
are
mean?
tripping,
like,
bro.
that is like invasion of a
I
country,
don't know
dog.
what they're
Yeah,
That's
thinking,
like
bro.
invasion, like,
They're tripping,
like we're
bro.
trying to stop these other countries from going into other countries, but yeah, we're
Let's fix our neighborhood, our backyards first.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah.
thank
And
you,
after that,
thank
then
you.
come on.
Thank
man.
you,
It's
and
all
this-
bad over here.
thank
bro.
you.
all the
Let's-
homeless
thank you.
encampments, bro,
Thank
that I
you.
see in the IE, bro.
Yeah.
Let's fix that shit.
dog.
Let's-
You go
thank
to
you.
LA, it's fucking crazy
Bro, it's
out
crazy,
there.
bro.
Thank you.
This
Let's
is
fix.
wild,
let's
bro.
fix here before they're giving
even
money
think about
out.
all
Yeah,
that.
no,
Yeah,
no,
Hey,
no.
but you know what I think, dog? So I don't know how much you guys pay attention to, like, politics and everything. What it is that the Mexican government is Russia friendly and it's Cuban friendly. You know, so they wanted to make Mexico like the new China, where they make everything cheap, and the United States wanted to be like them being our manufacturers, right?
Yeah,
However,
so switching over from China to Mexico and
Yeah,
saying,
but-
all right, we're going to cut you off and we're going to now help.
Well, it
we're
is
gonna get our
happening,
goods out of
exactly,
Mexico.
But that
but
is
Mexico
happening.
said Cuba's gonna be a part of it, and the United States was like, nah, chale, like, and then they were like, well, that's
That's
know
the
how-
homie.
yeah, and then they're Russia friendly, dog.
Yeah.
So I think the United States is trying to make their way in there, like, so they can't have Russia friends, like, a Russia friendly country in their backyard, dog. So I think the United States is like trying to prove a point to them and shit.
Mexico's always been friendly with Cuba, and if you know about the Cuban Revolution, Fidel and Che, they wanted to do a revolution in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
They started with because they went from Veracruz in the boat in Grampa, and they landed in Cuba and they did the revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the plans down the line was to do a revolution and overthrow the Mexican government. Because the Mexican government, I'll say it right here, and I don't give a fuck. They're the worst.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're the
bro.
worst, and I
What do you mean that they're the worst, though?
because they're the most corrupt motherfuckers. It's why people leave. They kill people. They get away with it. It's at the point now where the whole Mexican culture is like, we rather be more friendly towards certain groups that I don't want to say than we are towards the government. I trust certain groups when I go over there more than I trust the fucking government.
Serio?
Yeah.
Did you guys feel like that when you guys were out there?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna say right there in Tepa.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, dog. It's
Serio? Did you guys
okay,
have to stay like in your hotel and not go
Nah,
anywhere?
No.
Not even because like right there where I'm from, like bro, I got like family over there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Every time we go over there, bro, like the first spot we go to is where can we get some weed?
Oh, okay.
So you know
it's everywhere over there, huh?
Nah, hell
No?
hell
How
bro.
if they fucking?
It's not even like over here, bro. Over there, it's like some spots, bro. It's like in the hood. It's like back in the 90s over here.
Oh, damn.
But now it's getting better, though. You know what I'm saying?
but
Because they're legalizing it now. They're like working on all that. So
Mexico's a beautiful country, man. It's the most beautiful country in the
love it.
world. I'm gonna say it's the most beautiful country in the
love
world.
the women.
And, I do too. I'm married right here, and she's looking at me. But
this guy goes to Hong Kong over here. We know where he goes when he goes to Mexico.
he got quiet, but they did. Like I said, they just don't. The government doesn't help you over there.
Yeah, the government is.
They don't help you over
Well,
there.
AMLO is trying to do his shit, but some of the people is like not fucking with it. You know.
Nah,
But,
you never know, though.
but it's because he's doing the thing that they don't like, and taking the money from people that weren't used to doing that shit.
Yeah, that was like, you
So,
got to kick in and shit. All right, man. It's almost 10 o'clock, so you guys got any shout-outs, anything you guys want to say?
Shit, shout out to everybody that tuned in, bro. Gave us a chance to kind of just, talk our shit and share our own little experience, man. Anytime we can be back and help, let me know, bro.
You let me know when you guys want to come back, dog. The door is open. The door is open.
Baker's
for sure.
Dozen, killing it, bro. So just growing the platform and sharing and crossing over from all aspects of this Spanish and Latino shit, man. Let's blow it up. That's the whole mission.
Hell yeah, Ital?
Shout outs to all my, Chicano Syndicate, Slick, and M1, and just everybody that's fucking with us, you know what I'm saying? And let's get this movement popping for sure.
Hell yeah, my boy. What you got to say, my boy?
Shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Shout out to all the raza that's doing positive things. My boy right here, George Burns, Ital. Thank you, fuck him, for having us on. This guy's a hero, man. Shout out to my homie OJ, my OG. Rest in peace to my homie Flaco. Shout out to my ahijado, little Danny. And shout out to everybody back home. My wife over here, Rosa la Desmadrosa. And my daughter over here running wild. And God bless, man. And viva la raza.
Let's go, man.
Check us out on the streaming platforms, man. FKM, Jorge Quema, Chicano Syndicate. There's music on there. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all that good shit, man. Give us a listen.
Hell yeah, man. Everybody out there. So this is a new thing we're trying. Like I've been telling you guys, man, I want to bring different people on the platform. I want to try new things. I don't just want to be a person interviewing rappers anymore. I want to have real conversations. I want to introduce you guys to new types of music, new types of people. I'm not saying that what we have going and what we have been is not interesting or it's not working. But how about we widen this thing? How about we
grow it?
Exactly. Like we bring a bigger audience and we all come together, not just as gang members in a small Chicano rap community. Why not we just all of our people come together and make a difference together? You know what I mean? So hopefully we can do that, man. Hopefully you guys come back whenever you can. Yes, I'm going to be here. It's easy as me opening that door and coming through. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so whenever you guys want to come back, man, I'll be doing shows every Wednesday and every Sunday. So whenever you guys want to come, man, the door's open for you guys, you know?
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Fuck him for president.
Yeah, shout out Notorious County, 99 Reasons, RT Escalera, everybody that was active in the chat, man. Thank you for that too, bro.
Hell yeah, man. You guys have yourself a good one. Much love and respect. Stay solid and stay blessed.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.